Good evening. This is the September 23rd meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. First off, I'd like to welcome Mr. DeLucas Glass. Hope you learned something. We'll see. Anyway, request for adjournment. Mr. Cuddy has written us and asked for an adjournment of appeal number 2021-001-599 Peconic LLC. And what date are we giving him?
October 14th.
And I make a motion, we move it to October 14th.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right. Mr. Zawiski.
Yes, sir. Oh, aye.
Aye.
Yes, works too. Mr. Whitmire.
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo.
I'd recused.
Mr. Barnes.
Aye.
So, going on, we have a reserved decision. Mr. Zawiski.
Okay, so the determination of the reserve decision, this is for appeal number 2021-035, mixed-use building site plan application at 205 Osborne Avenue. The determination, the board has carefully reviewed and considered all of the testimony and evidence submitted in connection with the application, as well as the findings set forth above. After this careful review, the board hereby determines that the benefit of granting the area variance request when balanced against the detriment of granting the area variance request to the health, safety, and welfare of the community weighs in favor of granting the application, with the exception of the variances to Section 295B1 seeking uplighting and Section 295D1 seeking installation of exterior lighting more than 16 foot above grade, which are denied. The applicant's request for relief from the requirements of Section 231E2, example given 10 by 20 parking stall size for all parking stalls, is denied. However, the board will allow the parking spaces to be a combination of 15 full-size 10 by 20 stalls and 20 compact car 8 by 16 stalls, the configure of which will be determined through the town board site plan. All other variances sought are approved with the conditions are outlined below. The conditions: the applicant will step back the fifth story of the building as recommended by the Suffolk County Planning Commission as set forth in its August 6, 2021 letter to the Zoning Board of Appeals to reduce the bulk aspect of the building. Step backs around the fifth story should be along the Osborne and Court Street facing facades. However, the specifics on the step backs and the building's design are within the purview of the town board and shall be determined by that board in connection with its site plan review. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right. Mr. Zawiski.
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire.
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo.
Aye.
Mr. Barnes.
Aye.
And I vote aye. So your appeal has been granted.
Good luck.
All right, young lady, off you go.
Appeal 2021-041, Charles Echos, Rise Life Services, 489 South Shore Road, Jamesport, tax map number 600-7118, RA 40 zoning, for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 8C, where habitable space and detached structure deemed not to be a customarily accessory use to the principal single-family dwelling, which is not permitted.
And who's representing? Please step up. Are you an attorney?
No.
Then you will raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state, just pull that microphone down a little bit. Just state your name and address. Sir, are you going to speak to?
Possibly.
Well then, get up there and we'll swear you. You swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Kindly state your name and your address.
Peter Conti. My address is 4002 Noyak Road, Sag Harbor, New York.
Okay.
What's her name?
I'm Joanne Vitale. I live at 97 Dogwood Lane, Wading River.
Okay. Just pull that microphone down a little bit, and there you go. Off you go.
We're asking for the variance to be granted. It's property that's owned by Rise Life Services. We use the sensory garden for our day program for people with developmental disabilities. We have a 400-square-foot barn on the property that we've converted to space that's heated in the wintertime. Our office is over here across the street in Social Services parking lot where our day program is, and we would like to move our day program. I have 53 individuals with developmental disabilities. We have a 2.5-acre sensory garden down there, and I would like to be able to just add an extension onto the barn so that our day program can be down there and the individuals can safely walk around in the sensory garden instead of the parking lot and social services.
Okay.
It's not going to be used as a residential. We have a residential ICF house for people with developmental disabilities on the upper part of the property. The lower part of the property is 2.5-acre garden. We have plenty of space to put the building. It's just going to have bathrooms and one rec room for the individuals.
Okay.
So the building inspector deemed that to be habitable space, and that's why you're here.
Right.
You're going to take that barn and convert it from, hold on a second. I lost my screen.
From 400 to 2,100.
To 2,100 square feet, and that will all be heated space?
Yes, it will be heated, so that we can be there in the wintertime also, because I'm a day program that's 5 days a week, all year long.
Okay. And did the building inspector say anything to you about, that being a public assembly site, or is it going to just be a wide-open room with tables, furniture? What are we doing?
It's a wide-open room for
Cooking
people.
facilities?
Cooking facilities? No, there's no kitchen on it, there's just bathrooms.
There'll be no cooking facilities?
No.
Okay, so there's two bathrooms, two small individual bathrooms, as I see on the plan. And you have an office in there,
Yes,
and that's for the supervisor?
that's me, I'm the
And
director.
you'll be doing the supervising?
Yes, I'm the director.
Okay. And I see you have sliding doors off the back and some entry doors on the sides. Okay. And that's exactly what it's going to be used for?
Yep,
Okay. If you have any changes in the use, you have to notify the town,
okay.
all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, do you have anything to add to this?
Other than the aesthetic is to match the existing, so it's complementary to the sensory garden, and we have some people here from the neighborhood that have a community that we've talked to about that we would not use it for any other purpose than our own operation. We're not looking to rent it or do a vineyard kind of thing. It's just for our people, and our working hours are like, what time do we work from?
I'm there from 7:30 until about 5:30
Yeah,
at
so
night,
this-
Monday through Friday.
So there's no night hours. And we've only improved the area. The sensory garden we installed with lakes and ponds and all, so.
So I noticed when I visited the site, I saw a bunch of Ford Transit vans in the front. They don't go up on the property, you just park them in the front? Is it more convenient that way, or do you transport your people in those
The
vans?
property is on a hill.
Right.
So we pull the transits in, and then we let the individuals out over there so they don't have to walk up the hill.
Okay.
But we do not keep them out on the street
Right. But-
at night.
At night? Okay.
No,
You have ample parking there, I mean, that parking lot.
we have a lot of parking.
Okay, please, step up. And if you kindly raise your right hand, you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Kindly state your name and your address.
My name is Eileen Benthal, and our address is 467 Sound Shore Road in Riverhead. We are just adjacent to the property at Rise. We're the next closest resident, and we support this wholeheartedly. So we also have a daughter with developmental disabilities, and, we've been developing a relationship with them over at Rise. It's very good for us to hear the happy sounds of people with developmental disabilities in a day hab program. It's been a huge challenge for all of us who are trying to do the same thing for the people that we care about, during COVID and all the protocols and how, everything has to fit in such a way. And, it's a much better scenario to do that. Right now they have a tent outside. It's weather dependent and uncomfortable, for the people who are attending. So we're fully supportive of it, and we just wanted you to know that. It doesn't impact the driving, on Sound Shore. It doesn't impact the traffic, and, we're hoping that the board will just approve this, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, there, young lady, please step up. And again, just raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Just state your name and your address.
Christine Springer, 112 Nicholas Way in Bating Hollow. I am a parent of a
If you
participant.
pull that down.
Sorry. I'm a parent of a participant for Rise Life Services, and the Sensory Garden is a beautiful place. It's very, I'm sorry.
That's
The-
nothing to be sorry about.
The Sensory Garden is a very serene place. The participants walk around the property. There's a waterfall there. They're relaxed when they're there. Rise Life Services has, even during the COVID, they have done the Zoom, they do everything for our families. We, as a family, our son stayed home for 1 year after he graduated high school because there's no facilities available to bring them in as day hab. It's definitely not going to be a residence like Joanne had said. It's a day hab program where when they come to the house, they pick up my son in the morning, they spend the day, they do all sorts of things. They're not always there all day. They do field trips. Some of the participants may stay at the day hab facility, but while others are on all sorts of field trips, they take them out. They go to zoos, the beach, they do movies, bowling, whenever, but again, with the COVID, they had to be separated. The barn itself is so small right now, so as the winter comes, they want to spend all their days there, because otherwise they're in Riverhead in a storefront type of location, and they still can't all be in that building right now, because they have to take them out. There's too many in one spot during this COVID time. I can guarantee they're not doing it as a residence. I'm a day hab mom, and I'm telling you, please, please consider their
Okay.
plans. Thank you.
Gentlemen, are you in opposition? No. I don't think we need any more testimony.
Well, I do have a concern.
Very good. Step up. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name and your address.
My name is Michael McLaughlin. I live at 470 Sound Shore Road. The property is diagonally across from the Sensory Gardens. I live there with my husband, Lawrence Merritt. We are big supporters of the work that's being done at Rise. They've been great neighbors. We are very much in favor of granting the request. The only caveat that we have is that in whatever kind of documentation is produced as a result of this, that the limitations for use are codified in a way that it could never, in the event of a change of management or a change of ownership, be used for any kind of catering facility. Our biggest fear is that it would be used for things like weddings.
Somebody would have to come before us and ask for a change,
For the town.
and
They
that's
would
not
have to
going to
file
happen.
a use permit to have a change in use. So what's going to happen is, once the barn is built or the building is built, they'll issue a certificate of occupancy that'll describe what the allowed uses are and what's allowed in that zoning to begin with. And that catering thing would have to be an accessory use to a main use. So I don't think you have to worry about that.
Okay. Great.
But it'll be written in the CO,
Okay, good.
certificate of
Yeah,
occupancy.
that would address our concern.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
Do we have any opposition out there? There better not be. All right, let's have a reading.
All right. Mr. Chairman, I am delighted to move that the appeal of Charles EVDOS, AKA Rise of Life Services, 489 Sound Shore Road, Jamesport, SCTM number 600-7-1-18, RA 40 zoning for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 8C, where habitable space in detached structure deemed not to be customarily accessory use to the principal single-family dwelling which is not permitted be approved in accordance with the applications and sketches with amendments thereto, if any, as filed with the building inspector.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Barnes.
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo.
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire.
Aye.
Mrs. Zawiski.
Wholehearted aye.
And that's wholehearted for me, too. So best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
And you got it. You're in. All right.
Take care.
All right. Thank you. Oh, we did our feel-good thing for the day, gentlemen. Indeed.
Well, it's a walker. Oh, so, yeah, somebody is a walker.
Appeal 2021-042, Beth Solar, 14 Center Drive, Riverhead, tax map number 600-163-18.6, RA40 zoning, for variances and or relief from Chapter 301, Section 9A1B, where proposed side yard abutting side street is 10 feet and minimum required is 50 feet.
Just raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name and your address.
James V. DeLuca, 12 Linda Lane East, Riverhead, New York.
You got the floor.
Okay. Before, I gave in some paperwork a few minutes ago
all
before the
have that.
meeting, just some supporting documentation. To give a brief history of this structure, it was built, as you can see, the CO was 1984, so it was built under Residence C at that time. And Residence C had much less restrictions than the zoning that is on the property today. For instance, the minimum side yard abutting a street at that time was 25. Front yard was 40. Minimum either sideline was 10, and the combination was 25. So if you look at the survey that I gave you, you can see that the house was built on the northerly side of the property, and the septic system was put on the south side of the property. And with the new code zoning that is in place today, the front yard has to be, abutting a street has to be 50. So they really have no other area to put the pool, the way the house is situated. Either it has to be the front yard on Center Street or the front yard abutting a street on South Street. And the reason why it's so far away from the residence is because of the existing septic system. And the septic system now is only 27 feet away from the proposed pool. So if I shift the pool northward, it'll be close to the septic system. And if you look at the second page of that handout that I gave you, the minimum distance from a swimming pool to a leaching pool has got to be 20 feet. So regardless how he rotates the pool over there, it's still in the front yard, and it's still a pretty far distance away from the, it has to be at least 20 feet away from the pool, and it's still fairly much closer in the front yard than 50 feet. And if you go to the north, there's some pictures, to the east, I gave you some pictures of the existing site. On the east side of the property, if he shifts it where it says 61 feet, if he shifts it over to the side, the terrain starts to go uphill over there. The contours are, so you'd have to put a retaining wall up in that area. So, and the second set of pictures that I gave you shows you, I refer to the play equipment. Those first two pictures are pictures of the yard behind that of play equipment, where it shows the grading going uphill. So the locations where he really can locate the pool are pretty limited to that front area that's shown on the survey now. And that's why it is where it is. I'll answer any questions if you have them.
Only question I had, vegetation's gonna stay in place? When I went past there, I think there was a nice hedge of arborvitaes and stuff like that.
Well, right now, they have a lot of, a row of, they're like in the Albavite family, so they're about 10 or 12 feet high now.
Green giants.
Pardon me?
The Green Giants, I
Oh,
believe.
yeah. So, if you want anything else added, I'll just let them know, but right now they have a high row, matter of fact, it's on the whole property, the two
So
roads.
Jim, technically, you have probably 6 or 7 feet to move the pool closer to the house if you'd like to.
Yeah, if you gotta, there's 7 feet, I scaled it off.
Right.
It's 27 feet to the leaching pool.
But what I'm saying is that, maybe when you construct the pool, you don't...
They can slide it over.
They can slide it over a little so that you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about setting it right on 10 feet,
Oh, I agree 100%.
Give you a little more room, and I don't know, might want to put a deck around it or something. It's just something to think
Yeah,
about.
I agree.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the only deck, in my opinion, right now, they could put around it is maybe a modular brick or something like that. A
Okay,
wood deck
yeah.
is out,
Yeah, well, yeah.
at least on the south side. So I personally agree with you that they can slide it over maybe 3, maybe 4 feet to give themselves a little bit more room.
Yeah, they
to
won't
play
have to
with.
come back here.
Oh, realistically, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I think it sounds good, Jim. I don't have a problem unless somebody else has a problem with it.
Anyone else to be heard on this matter?
So those people back there are not opposed?
Well, it depends on a
What, are you
lot of
kidding me?
things. I don't think they are.
We had to take a vote, unless they want to fail their class.
That's right.
Okay, let's have a reading.
Hey, Leroy,
Yes, sir.
on this reading, should anything be put in there about sliding this pool over or anything?
About what?
Sliding
Sliding
the
pool.
pool.
No, no. I'm suggesting that because then he wouldn't have to have a surveyor cite the 10-foot exactly.
Okay,
If he encroaches closer to the line, he would have to come back for a variance again.
gotcha.
That's why I'm pushing him towards the house, and he has 7 feet. Just a suggestion for the Pancheck family or whoever they are. I have no idea who's who.
How do you pronounce your name?
Who?
So,
Oh, so you're the daughter? How many kids you got, for God's sakes?
Sola.
Sorry.
Oh, Maron, no wonder you're here every week.
All right, we ready?
Okay.
Let's have a reading.
Move that the appeal of Beth Solar, 14 Center Drive, Riverhead, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-16-3-18.6 for variance and or relief from Chapter 301, Section 9A1B, where proposed side yard abutting side street is 10 feet and minimum required is 50 feet, be granted in accordance with the application sketches and amendments thereto, if any, as filed with the building inspector.
Motion.
So moved?
Second.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Mrs. Lewinsky,
Aye.
Mr. Barnes.
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire.
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo.
Aye.
And I vote aye. So your appeal has been granted. Like I said, you take your class to their pizza and enjoy your night.
And beer.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Do we hear a motion to accept the minutes of the last
So
meeting?
moved,
Move,
Mr.
Mr.
Chairman.
Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Do we hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.